Testing. Test.
Tonight's starting lineups. First for Evangel. Starting at guard, 5'7" sophomore from Oliver, Missouri. Number 10, Lexi Berry. At the other guard, 5'9" senior from Farmington, Arkansas. Number 14, Alexis Roach. At the other guard, 5'8" sophomore from Republic, Missouri. Number 15, Jazzy Kirby. At the other guard, 5'11" senior from Wichita, Kansas, number 21, Alexis Hawthorne. And at forward, 6' sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 0, Micah Clayton. Evangel is coached by Preston Beverly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 5'6" senior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 2, Jordan Gonzalez. At the other guard, 5'7" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 3, Vienna Pactus. At the other guard, 5'8" senior from Ashland, Missouri, number 20, Trailshawn Smith. At forward, 5'11" senior from the Mozambique, number 24, Manga Kuwamba. And at the other forward, 6' junior from Stilwell, Kansas, number 30, Ariel Sargent. Pioneers are coached by John Lewis, assisted by Emily Knight Johnson, Drew Eancroft, Olivia Palou, and Navia Sarai. Tonight's referees are Larry Hare, Darius Daniel, and Adrian Lindsay.
Welcome into the Cook Center on the campus of Mid-American Nazarene University, where we're set for some Heart of America Conference action between your Mid-American Nazarene Lady Pioneers and the visiting Evangel Valor, playing their final time here in the Cook Center as a member of the Heart of America Conference, at least in the regular season, before Evangel heads to the KCAC next season. Evangel comes into tonight's ballgame 13-12, 12-8 in conference play, sitting just below the Pioneers in the standings. Pioneers 15-5 in league play, 18-7 overall. sitting in 4th place in the conference. So as it sits today, and it looks like it will finish this way, the Lady Pioneers are set to host round 1 of the Heart of America Conference Tournament and very well may see Evangel right back here in a week in the 4-5 matchup of that conference tournament. So little preview of a possible postseason round 1 matchup here tonight. Pioneers with their traditional starting 5, Biana Pettis, Vanda Kwamba, Ariel Sargent, Jordan Gonzalez, and leading scorer Trelshawn Smith round out the starting 5 for the Pioneers. Sargent jumps center, and Trelshawn able to control it. Thought about a quick 3, skips it out to the corner. Gonzalez takes a quick 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound by Kwamba. Gonna reset, kicks out to Gonzalez, and officials are gonna stop play. Gonna reset the shot clock here. Goes to 20 on a miss. They'll put it down to 18. So we've only played 9 seconds in the game, but there's 12 seconds off the shot clock, which is the correct call because it does reset to 20 on any offensive rebound, so it's not something you see every day. It'll be Biana Pettis to inbound on the sideline. Evangel starting group, Micah Clayton, a sophomore guard out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, who guards the ball out top, matched up with Kwamba. Clayton, the leading scorer for the Valor. Sargent into the paint, drops one off for Kwamba, who had it poked away. Clayton, good hands from behind, stopped the layup. Sargent got herself all the way into the paint and had a would-be assist knocked away by Clayton. Pioneers go right back to Kwamba inside on the inbounds play. She gets it off on the left side, no good. Clayton the rebound. Pioneers 3 chances on that opening possession, held scoreless. Horn set from the Valor. They go high post to Alexis Cawthon, who's from Wichita, Kansas, playing back in her home state. Drive from the top of the key and scored off the left side. Lexi Berry, sophomore guard out of Bolivar High School, gets the scoring started, and a press thrown on by Evangel, trapped Gonzalez in the backcourt. Pioneers able to break. Results in an open 3 from the right wing, off the mark by Sargent. Clayton pulls down another rebound. She's got a couple of those here in the first minute of the ball game. That's a turnover. Lexi Berry picked her dribble up, nowhere to go. One too many steps. Pioneers take back over. Evangel going to pick up in that full court press once again. Jazzy Kirby matched up with leading scorer Trelshawn Smith, just going to ignore her and double team Pettis for the time being. Now gets back to Trelshawn. Kwamba out top, swings left side, chases to that spread ball screen. Trelshawn stop and pop, long 2-pointer, got it to drop. With their feet on the line, Trelshawn Smith gets the scoring started for the Lady Pioneers. We're tied at 2. Pettis picks up the ball right at the mid-court line. Berry handles the point guard duties, gets it to Kirby, drives baseline off that wing pick and roll, and she travels on the baseline as well, just drug that pivot foot. Pioneers do such a good job on that side pick and roll action. They ice that ball screen, keep 2 on the ball, but force you toward the baseline. Gonna have to break a full court press once again. Kirby top of this 1-2-2 press. Gonzalez throws it all the way across the court. Sargent behind everybody gets the easy 2. And we're going to take a 30-second timeout from Evangel. So Pioneers break the press, take an early 4-2 lead. 30-second timeout in the Cook Center, MNUsports.com. Same 5 remain on the floor for the Valor coming out of the quick timeout. They go left side. That's Alexis Roach, leading scorer for Evangel. With the little 2-man game, she dropped it off inside for Clayton, who couldn't get the layup to drop. Roach, number 14 in the black, a senior from Farmington, Arkansas, 10.5 points a game. Drive and kick from Kwamba. Gonzalez takes a three and gets it to drop. Jordan Gonzalez buries the triple in the corner in front of the Valor bench. Pioneers out to an early 7-2 lead. Ice that ball screen on the right wing, swing it out top to Clayton. She drives in top of the key and lay up too strong. Kwamba the rebound. Pioneers are going to push. Pettis so fast in transition. Extra pass top of the key to Kwamba, who knocks down a three. And Vonda Kwamba, who does most of her damage in the paint, steps outside and buries the open triple from the top of the key. Back-to-back threes for the Pioneers, and it's a 10-2 lead here early. Double cross screen, double down screen, gets it to Kirby out top. Kirby drops one off in the paint, and the layup's up and good from Alexis Cothon. Full court press still on after every made basket and pays dividends there. Turnover by the Pioneers. Trelshawn Smith and Pettis miscommunication. Valor inbound out top to Lexi Berry. Berry guarded by Pettis. Goes to Kirby right side. Wing ball screen. Pioneers don't ice this time, have to switch. And Sargent got a piece of it. Pettis comes away with the steal. Pettis in transition to Gonzalez. Ball works around the perimeter to Trelshawn Smith. Trelshawn used that ball screen, stop and pop jumper from the elbow. That's her sweet spot. Got it to go. Smith so good in that mid-range area. Loves that pull-up jumper, 15 to 18 feet. She gets to the elbow. It's just about automatic. Strong take on the right side by Alexis Roach and gets the bucket to go. It's one thing about icing the ball screen on the wing. If that screen doesn't come and your guard's all the way on the high side, it is a straight line drive, and Roach took advantage there. Roach going to be whistled for a foul on the other end. Blocking foul. I'm not sure if they're going to say it's on the floor or not. First team foul on Evangel. First whistle of the ball game. 0 team fouls on the Pioneers. So it'll be Trelshawn Smith to inbound on the baseline, and we've got some wholesale changes for the Valor. Sarah Luambo has checked into the ball game, the senior from the Congo, transfer out of Georgia Technical College, playing inside for the Valor, along with Sadie Chisholm. A couple of seniors checking in off the bench, and subs pay dividends, come up with a turnover. Sophie Sparks also into the ball game, along with Kate Gilbert. So whole new group in for Evangel. Goes top of the key, little cross screen, down screen action from Evangel again. Gonna chase to that wing ball screen. Good job icing by the Pioneers. 2 on the ball, but pushed it to the corner. Chisholm iced again, pick and pop open. It's a 3 on the way from Cothon off the mark. Chisholm tracks down the offensive rebound. Great play by Sadie Chisholm to follow the miss on the pick and pop 3. Sophie Sparks throws it out of bounds, but I think she had a teammate open, just wasn't ready for the basketball. It's a good pass by Sparks, just intended receiver not on the same page. 12-6 lead early for the Pioneers. Got to face this full court press on every made basket and every dead ball. Trelshawn breaks it easily. Kicks corner to Sargent. Sargent inside. It's Mackenzie Manthe, the freshman, her first touch. Chases to a ball screen, and that's going to be a foul. Ariel Sargent was whacked in the face, incidentally. Foul's going to be on Sophie Sparks. Allison French will check into the ball game. Give Ariel Sargent a chance to catch her breath and make sure she's okay. Appears to be fine, but did take a little shot in the head there.
Checking the Pioneers, Allison French. The foul's on number 20, Sarah Luambo. That's her first.
And they've changed the foul. It was on Sarah Luambo. her first personal, still second team foul on Evangel. Gia Moore into the ball game for Evangel as well. I think they've played 11 different players here already in the first 5 minutes of the ball game, which when you're going to play full court press the whole game, that's not uncommon. Got to have a deep bench to do that. Go inside to Manthe, one-on-one in the post. She kicks it out to French. French going to take a three from the right wing, too strong. Sparks the rebound, going to push. Chisholm throws it inside, looking for Moore. Moore couldn't handle the pass, and Manthe goes to the floor, steals it, and they're going to call timeout just to keep possession. Mackenzie Manthe just about had to roll over and travel, but able to get the timeout called first, so we'll take a 30-second timeout at MNUsports.com. So play set to resume with 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Gonzalez inbounds it all the way out to the volleyball line. Manthe double teamed to Trelshawn Smith. There's the travel. So Evangel has forced 3 early turnovers here with this full court press. Could call them unforced errors, but they're really not unforced. That's a reason they're in this full court 2-2-1. Just provide a little bit of ball pressure, make you think about it. Bianna Pettis quickly off the bench to come back in and give another ball handler to the backcourt for the Pioneers. Rachel Siebold into the ball game as well. She guards the ball out top. Little horn set. Moore attacking right to left. Had her shot blocked and eventually just taken away completely by Allison French. Skip past Gonzalez to Siebold. She drives baseline, and a phenomenal pass by Rachel Siebold. Wide open on the wing, knocks it down. Jordan Gonzalez hits the three. But what a pass by Rachel Siebold, falling out of bounds on the baseline and just hooked it to the opposite wing, knew exactly where her shooter was going to be. Gonzalez knocks it down. 15-6 your lead. Another turnover. French comes up with the steal on the post-entry pass. No numbers for the Pioneers, but Mackenzie Manthe running rim to rim, just about had a layup. Couldn't get it to go in between a couple of defenders. Evangel right back the other way, playing with pace. Layup off the mark by Kate Gilbert. Was able to gather her own miss and draw a foul, I believe, on Allison French. It is on French, so Gilbert will head to the line.
That's your first team foul.
Kate Gilbert listed as a freshman, but a transfer from Drury University, so maybe a COVID year or a redshirt year at Drury. Leaves the first foul shot short. Pioneers usually an up-tempo, fast-paced team, and Evangel looks more than willing to run as, again, the high-pressure defense, but also run on the floor in transition. It should be an up-tempo ball game. Evangel came away victorious in Springfield the first 2 times these teams matched up, so that press can pose problems for the Lady Pioneers at times, although veteran backcourt and the addition of Bianna Pettis certainly helps with that. Baseline drive by Sparks and had her post-entry pass stolen away. She was looking to get it to big Sarah Wambo on the pick and roll. Pioneers have stolen the entry pass in the paint several times here in the first quarter, and here's another turnover. Pioneers just sloppy with the footwork here against that full court press, getting trapped right around the mid-court line. That's not where you want to pick your dribble up. Peyton Acord into the ball game for Evangel now. Familiar name to Evangel basketball. I don't know if there's a relation, but a standout player on the men's team, Autry Acord. Got to imagine that's family ties. Floater too strong off the mark by Micah Clayton, and Acord right away makes her presence felt, grabs an offensive rebound. It's tied up, but possession arrow favors Evangel. Sadie Chisholm to inbound. Gets it into Clayton. Now right back to Chisholm in the corner. Her three on the way, off the mark, too strong. Rattles out. Couple of deflections on the rebound. Eventually Jordan Gonzalez comes down with it. She gets it to Siebold. Baseline drive, open layup, just left it short, off the front rim. Evangel throws it away. Pettis jumps the passing lane. Right back to Siebold. She's going to try again. Another layup left side, no good, but she's fouled. Going to head to the line for two. Foul on Peyton Acord, her first. Third team foul on Evangel. And Siebold's going to head to the line for two. Good on the first. Siebold gets herself in the scoring column. Make it 2 for 2 for Rachel. 10-point lead here early. Pioneers up 17-7, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Been a turnover fest both ways, and add one to it as Bianna Pettis comes up with a steal. Transition three from the wing. Siebold knocks it down. Rachel Siebold with 5 straight points, couple of free throws, and the triple from the left wing pushes that lead out to 13. Chisholm hounded out top by Siebold, gets a screen. Gave it up to Kate Gilbert. She gets iced on the pick and roll on the wing, but finds a rolling Acord to the rim, had her layup too strong. Pioneers fortunate. Nobody rotated over to help the roller that time, but Acord just couldn't knock down the layup. It's Trelshawn Smith with the crossover, gets into the paint, and she's fouled. Going to go to the line for two. Trelshawn so good off the dribble, able to break down her defender. Gets into the lane at will. Foul on Sophie Sparks, her first. Trelshawn Smith will be at the line for two, and Aubrey Rogers, freshman out of Olathe East High School, checks into the ball game for Siebold. It's 4 starters and Rogers on the floor now for the Pioneers, and Evangel, I think, has played everybody that made the trip here in the first quarter. I think 12 or 13 different bodies have checked in for the Valor. And Smith connects on the second free throw. She's now got 6. Trails the Valor by 1, Trelshawn does. Evangel empties out that left side. Comes the ball screen from the top of the key, and another steal. Ariel Sargent, good hands, stole it away. Smith gonna set the offense, gets a screen from Kwamba. She goes right side, great pass, extra pass to Sargent. 3 ball off the mark. Kwamba tracks down the offensive rebound and throws it away. Throws it into the Evangel University bench. And Evangel gets it to Sparks right side. Excuse me, that's Jazzy Kirby right side, and Kirby has it tied up by Pettis. Pettis has been all over the place on the defensive end. A couple of steals that time forces the jump ball. It's going to be Pioneers' arrow. Minute 30 to go here in the first. 22-7 lead. Smith out top to Kwamba. Kwamba drives in, kicks out to Trelshawn in the corner. She takes a 3, left it short. Rebounded by Barry. Going to bring it across herself. Nobody picks her up all the way into the paint. Barry drops one off. And another steal on a post-entry pass, this time Trelshawn Smith. And she's off and running. Euro step to the rim, and she's going to get hit with an offensive foul. Jazzy Kirby did a nice job anticipating that Euro step. Stepped in front, draws the charge. First personal on Trelshawn, second team foul on the Pioneers. Kirby now handles the point guard duties, brings it across the timeline. Swings left side to Roach. There's that staggered double screen. They get it back out top to Alexis Roach. Nothing doing. Pioneers did a nice job blowing up the set. You know they have that on a scouting report. That staggered cross screen turned into a staggered down screen. Kirby with nowhere to go on the baseline just throws it off the leg of a Pioneer defender. Just 4 on the shot clock. Kirby will inbound. Gets it to Acord. Turns over the left shoulder, gets right to the cup for the layup. Nice move by Peyton Acord. First basket of the ball game and cuts into the lead. Just a 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Pioneers could slow things down here and make this the final possession of the quarter, and I think that's what they'll do. Deanna Pettis handles out top, is going to get a screen from Kwamba. Nope, sends her away. Going to a little give and go action with Vonda Kwamba. Gets baseline, has to take a contested shot off the mark. But did a nice job using the bulk of that clock, so Evangel has to throw one up from midcourt, and that's the final here in the first quarter. 22-9 lead for your Pioneers after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute. MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. It's going to be Evangel basketball to get things started here in the second quarter. Trailing 22-9, forced plenty of turnovers, but couldn't capitalize on the offensive end and gave up some open looks from downtown. The Pioneers were able to knock down. Acord takes it out top on the horn set, looking to go high-low for Roach, battling for the ball inside against a couple Pioneers, and Trelshawn Smith pokes it away. Last touch Evangel. It's going to be Pioneer basketball. 2-2-1 pressure. Want to trap on the sideline. Kwamba able to break it in the middle of the floor. That's where you want to be against the press. Pioneers inside to Kwamba. Goes right by Moore. Got all the way to the rim, and then instead of shooting the layup, shot a little turnaround. It went over the right side of the rim. Pioneers able to grab an offensive rebound. Sargent swings to Gonzalez. Good ball movement. Finds Trelshawn Smith open from the slot, and she knocks down the three. Trelshawn Smith with 9 points now here early in the first half. Ties Evangel at 9. Shot inside off the mark and rebound battled for by Rogers. Pioneers have numbers. Gonzalez all the way up. To the rim, Ariel Sargent ahead of the pack for the easy two. Nice job by Sargent running the floor, but senior guard Gonzalez keeping her eyes up. It's the easy assist in transition. It's that old Utah basket. Another miss inside for Evangel. Gonzalez going to push the pace. Throws it away. Kirby jumped the passing lane. Nice job by Jazzy Kirby. Comes away with the steal and draws the foul. As Trelshawn Smith got her from behind, and that's a decently important whistle. It's the second foul on Trelshawn Smith, so leading scorer for the Pioneers has to take a seat with 2. 18-point cushion as she does so. Kirby calls out a set. Horns look for Evangel. Works left to right. Little Horns flare action. Goes out top to Alexis Cawthon, and she takes a 3, and it rattles out. Looked good all the way. Hit every part of the rim. Unlucky. Gonzalez comes away with the rebound and is fouled by Peyton Acord, who's discussing with the official. Referee chose not to change his call. They never do. Sophie Sparks checks into the ball game for Evangel. And Evangel going to switch things up defensively. They fall back into what looks like maybe a half-court press. They come sprinting right near midcourt to trap Gonzalez. She throws it ahead of the pack to Rogers. Rogers to Sargent in the corner, whose 3's off the mark. Gonzalez guards the ball out top, swung to Rogers' right side. They ice the ball screen. Roach able to snake her way into the lane, keeps the ball moving on the perimeter. Back screen and out top looking for a high-low. They get it. High-low action inside for Micah Clayton, who got great post position and turned to her left hand, gets her first basket to go. Evangel forces another turnover, this time stolen away at the top of the key and coast to coast for the easy 2 for Sophie Sparks. Play a team like Evangel who applies this much ball pressure. Turnovers can flip the script of a game in a hurry. And Bianna Pettis, as we've seen a couple times now in the first half after turnovers, has just been sent right back to the scores table. Get another ball handler out there, and ball was poked away by Lila Watson, but a foul as Sargent was driving to the rim. First on Watson, 3rd team foul on Evangel here in the second quarter. Siebold has to throw it all the way out top to Bianna Pettis. Pettis drives in to the left side. Hook pass to the corner. Siebold thought about a 3. Instead, shot fake, put it on the floor. Got all the way to the rim and lost it. Stolen away by Clayton. And Evangel has numbers. Chooses to slow things down. And ball pressure out top by Siebold results in another personal foul. Her first, 3rd team foul on the Pioneers in the second quarter. Clayton swings it left side, rolls into the post. And a contested jumper fouled. Siebold whistled for the foul again. This time it's Alexis Roach. Fouled on the pull-up jump shot and going to head to the line for 2.
That's her second, 4th team foul. Alexis Roach, shooting 2. Checking the Pioneers, Aubrey Rogers.
Free throw off the mark from Roach. Again, the Valor's leading scorer. Just 2 here in the first half. Make it 3. Pioneers lead by just 13 now. Press still on, this time back to the 1-2-2. Looking to press in the trap, right around that mid-court line. Pioneers did a nice job breaking it. Kick to the corner for Allison French. 3's too strong. Kate Gilbert the rebound, and she brings it across. To Roach, looking to go high-low, and does. Alexis Cawthon grabs it on the high-low and puts it in for 2. 11-point ball game. Pettis trapped in the backcourt to Gonzalez. Now it's 3-on-2. Manthe trying to get it to French. Eventually does after the pass was deflected. Fouls on Sophie Sparks. I think that's her second. It is, and it's going to send Allison French to the line. It's textbook press break by the Pioneers. Get it in the middle third of the floor, and then you're playing 3-on-2 with the back of that press. Manthe made the right read, just deflected pass. And French unable to capitalize at the line. So empty possession. Sparks brings it across the timeline. Out to Cawthon. She takes another 3 and it rattles out. She's had a couple good looks from downtown, just unlucky. Offensive rebound and putback no good. Manthe brings down the rebound. French thought about another 3, turns it down. Gets the dribble handoff from Manthe, rolls into the post. Gonzalez looking for her. Instead takes it herself. To the rim, layup off the mark, doesn't matter, offensive foul. It's a nice play by Sophie Sparks. Slid over and help, draws the charge. Second offensive foul in the first half here on the Pioneers. One on Trelshawn Smith, that time by Gonzalez. Evangel with a chance to make this single digits here with the field goal on this possession. Stack ball screen out top. Going to be a pick and pop action. Roach drives in right to left all the way to the bucket, and she's fouled. Roach going to go to the line for 2. Nice execution of the set play. Get your leading scorer the ball with a chance to attack. She knocks down the first, so back to a 10-point ball game here in the Cook Center. And single digits. Evangel backs out of that full court press, looks to trap near mid-court, little half-court trap. Going to send 2 at the ball, here they come. Emma Mullings into the ball game for the first time. She was a part of that trap. Pioneers break it, and it leaves Allison French wide open in the corner. Buries the triple. Anytime you put 2 on the basketball that far away, Pioneers able to not turn it over. They're playing 4-on-3 or 3-on-2. Took full advantage that time. 3 on the way from Micah Clayton, I believe, off the mark. Cawthon offensive rebound and put back off the mark, and Alexis Roach going to head right back to the line. Evangel been active on the offensive glass here in quarter number 2. Sargent checks back in for the Pioneers. Mullings into the ballgame is a 5'4" freshman out of Stafford, Missouri. Evangel playing a deep bench here in the first half. I think everybody but the manager has checked in. Pettis handles the press, one-on-one, breaks it. No trap this time, goes to Kwamba out top. Sargent swings it back to French left side. Short corner jumper this time off the mark, too short. Alexis Roach grabs the board. Sets the offense for Evangel. Gets a ball screen on the right side from Cawthon. Doesn't use it. Gilbert into the paint. Drive and kick, extra pass. Mullings hounded out top by Pettis. Pettis so good defensively. Clayton got all the way to the rim, couldn't get the layup to go. Pioneers off and running. Pettis to Sargent, back to Pettis. There's an open three from Allison French, just short. French can really shoot it. That's a good look for the Pioneers. And that's a steal by Roach. Roach to the rim. Missed the layup and got it back and was fouled by Pettis. So Pettis did a nice job causing the initial miss, but nobody in transition to box out Alexis Roach, and she's going right back to the free throw line where she's been the last 3 possessions. Madison Haney will check in for the first time for the Pioneers. Acord back in for Evangel, along with Jazzy Kirby. An offensive rebound inside by Acord. She is a physical presence. Couldn't get the layup to drop. Another offensive rebound leaves Alexis Roach uncontested out top. Evangel has gotten 4 extra opportunities. That time it was the 5'4" Mullings who got it offensive board, but an empty possession nonetheless. Pioneers had numbers. Nothing came of it. Pettis now in the corner takes a 3 and knocks it down. Deanna Pettis, who doesn't shoot it from the perimeter often, that time just lined up a 3 from the left side and buries it. Her first basket of the game and a 33-19 lead for the Pioneers. Mullings, shot fake, got Rogers off her feet, drives into the paint. Kicks to Clayton, whose pull-up jumper is just too strong. Clayton got her own miss, another offensive rebound. Kirby a 3 on the way. Bounces out. Rogers this time tracks it down. Coach Lewis is going to be unhappy with the offensive rebound totals for Evangel here in the first half. Pioneers usually an excellent rebounding team. Bigs. Haney, baseline drive, pass deflected out of bounds by Roach. I mean, 1.5. You get a player like Ariel Sargent who can kind of play on the perimeter, kind of play inside, does a little bit of both. Wouldn't call her big, but we're tracking. Vienna Pettis inbounds out top to Sargent on cue. She uses the ball screen. Swings it out to Rogers. Rogers takes a 3, late shot clock off the mark. Dead ball rebound will go to Evangel. Love the contrasting styles of the 2 coaching staffs here. As national champion and multiple-time Coach of the Year John Lewis and his staff in the sweatpants and the comfy pullovers, and Evangel University just dressed to the nines. Head coach looks sharp with the pink tie on and the suit. It's Peyton Acord gets the layup to go. She's now got 4. The lead is 12 for the Pioneers. Sargent uses the ball screen, swings it out to Pettis. Pettis calls for it. Going to take another 3. She just hit one. This one rattles out. Acord the rebound, and she pushes. Now decides to slow things down, run some offense. Kirby, dribble handoff out top. That's Connor Patton handling for Evangel, number 30 in the black, her first action. Go inside to Acord, and Acord muscles through a couple Pioneer defenders. That was 1-on-3, and Acord gets it to go. So Acord, who averages 6 points a game, has 6 here in the first half. Been a spark off the bench. It's going to be a turnover on the Pioneers. Offensive foul. Pettis whistled for it, her second. So Evangel drawn 3 offensive fouls here in half number 1. Well, there's the replay. I'm not sure. Maybe Pettis pushed off with the offhand. Just a minute to go here in half number one. 10-point ball game. Trying to make it single digits and does. That's Emma Mullings. The freshman buries the triple from the top of the key and jumps right into that full court man-to-man pressure. Picks up Pettis, 94 feet. Manthe, dribble handoff to Sargent. Sargent goes to Pettis left side. She gets a screen. Evangel switches, so Manthe with a huge size advantage in the post. Pioneers haven't looked to take advantage yet. Skip, Pettis, another three. This one left short. Final possession of the second quarter will be here from Evangel with a single-digit ball game, so a lead that was as much as 18. Trelshawn Smith went to the bench with 2. I think I highlighted that could be important, and all of a sudden it is a 7-point ball game and a chance to make it even less than that. Patton, nowhere to go on the baseline. Got it to Acord. Acord layup up and good, so we're going to go to halftime with a 5-point ball game. Evangel claws their way back into it. Lady Pioneers 33, the Valor 28. We'll be back in 15 minutes, bring you second half of action here in the Cook Center on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.
Sullivan dancing around. Looking for Brandon Martin makes another out.
Drives baseline, cut off there by Kirby. Trellshawn Smith, who had to sit a lot of that second quarter with 2 fouls, is going to go right back to the free throw line to get things started in quarter number 3. She still leads all scorers with 9, even though she had the foul trouble. Got off to a hot start. And Pioneers' lead dwindled from 18 down to 5, in large part due to her foul trouble, I believe. And Trellshawn knocks down the first in double figures with 10. First player for either side to find double figures. And does that so often. And congratulations to Trellshawn Smith, who became a member of the 1,000 point club here in the last couple of weeks. Has earned Pioneer of the Week. No small feat. Scoring 1,000 points in college is big time. And she's got 11 of them tonight. In 3 years. Did it in just 3 seasons. Basket on the right side by Cawthon in response. So still a 5-point ball game. 35-30. Gonzalez to Smith. They get it inside to Kwamba. Kwamba chases out to Gonzalez. Little pick and roll action. They get a switch. So Kwamba with a size advantage. Pioneers take advantage. Go inside to Kwamba. Kicked out to Gonzalez. 3's off the mark. So good possession by both teams. Executed their game plan. Got the switch. Pioneers go inside against the switch. Bring help. Get a kick out 3 for the shooter. Just off the mark. Turnover inside. Smith with the advantage. Throws it ahead to Gonzalez. And Jordan's layup rolls in. Gonzalez now with 8. Pioneers lead is 7. Roach swings it across to Cawthon. Out top to Lexi Berry. Isolated side on that left side. Pick and roll action was looking to find Micah Clayton rolling to the rim. And again, that pick and roll post entry pass stolen away by the Pioneers. I don't know how many turnovers the Evangel had in the first half on that exact same pass. The Pioneers have done a nice job rotating over and stealing that away as Trellshawn right to the rim. Just snakes between 2 defenders, gets the easy deuce. She's got 13. 39-30 lead for the Pioneers. Ice that ball screen on the right wing. Cawthon now out top. Swings to Berry. Berry cut off on the baseline by Gonzalez. Skip pass to Roach for 3. Too strong. And Deanna Pettis came down with the rebound in traffic, and personal foul going to be called on Jazzy Kirby. Second foul on Kirby. Second team foul here in the early going for Evangel in the third quarter. Pettis working against a little half-court pressure now. No full-court press this time from Berry. Evangel done a nice job changing defenses. And Pioneers on their toes. Little 2-3 zone look from Evangel. First time we've seen zone. Doesn't matter. Trellshawn Smith draws the contact. Going to go right back to the line. And Smith's second free throw up and good. So 15 points here for Trelshawn Smith, an 11-point lead for the Pioneers. Kate Gilbert back into the ballgame for Evangel, along with Sarah Luamba off the bench. Motion offense is the call. I think that's kind of their continuity wing pick and roll action, which Pioneers have done a nice job blowing up with their ice ball screen coverage. And on cue, the pick and roll on the left wing. Ball entered the post to Cawthon, but it was tied up. Possession arrow favors Evangel. It'll stay on the baseline, Valor basketball. And Barry will inbound there. Gets it to Luamba on the quick inbounds play. Her shot from 12 feet out, left short. Pioneers have numbers. Trelshawn Smith throws it length of the floor to Gonzalez. And the trailing Ariel Sargent couldn't get it to go, but an offensive rebound out of nowhere by Bianna Pettis, who in turn turned it over. And excuse me, not a turnover. So Pettis grabs the offensive rebound. You'll see the replay here. Last touch off the black jerseys, and Pioneers keep the basketball. Pettis will inbound on the sideline. Trelshawn Smith with 15 already here tonight, averaging 16.5 points a game. Got to imagine that's going to be good for first team all-conference honors at the end of the season, which we are rapidly approaching. Just one more home game in the regular season. Pioneers back here Saturday for senior night game. Both men and women play Graceland here in the Cook Center Saturday afternoon. Major implications in seeding on the men's side. I think the women have wrapped up a home game in the conference tournament, that 4 seed. Kawamba out top, skip pass. Gilbert drives baseline, cut off, had to take a little pull-up jumper, left it short, and Vonda Kwamba comes down with the rebound in traffic. I don't know if they've whistled a foul. They did. They're going to get Peyton Accord. Excuse me, it wasn't 33 they signaled to the scorers table, it was 22. And fouls on Kate Gilbert, her first. Gonzalez to Siebold, now back to Gonzalez, back to Siebold, just playing catch out top. Siebold drives into the paint, drops one off for Kwamba, and her layup's up and good. Play inside by Rachel Siebold, and the finish from Vonda. Alexis Roach in response gets the layup to go left side, and here come the Pioneers in transition. Siebold playing fast, cut off on the baseline, goes back into Kwamba. Evangel's gone back into his zone again. Seen it a couple times here in quarter number 3. And Ariel Sargent finds an opening on the left side, knocks down a triple. Sargent now with 7. Gilbert takes a 3 in response from the wing. No good. Offensive rebound by Sarah Loambo, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Allison French and Mackenzie Manthe into the game for the Pioneers. The first time here in the second half. Sarah Lawambo with 2 trips to the line. First one rattles out. And an 0 for 2 empty trip. Trelshawn Smith with the defensive rebound. Dangerous pass. Gonzalez threw it sideline to sideline. Evangel unable to jump the passing lane. They're in that 2-3 zone again. Siebold traveled. Took a running start and 1 too many steps before she put the ball down. there right in front of the Pioneer bench, no argument. It's Sadie Chisholm handling the point guard duties now for Evangel. Give and go action. Gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert iced on the pick and roll, goes to Zwambo out top. And nice play inside. Sadie Chisholm dropped one off. Nice bounce pass to Peyton Acord, who's fouled again. Acord was a bright spot offensively off the bench in the first half, had 8 points at the break. We'll go right back to the line. Acord hits the first. And splits the trip to the line. So Acord with 9. Pioneers with a 13-point lead, 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Baseline drive by Smith, cut off there by Acord, and she commits the foul. Her third personal.
That's her third, fifth team foul.
And that's the 5th team foul on Evangel here in the third quarter, so double bonus, well, bonus, I should say. We'll send Smith to the line for 2 more. Trelshon off the mark on the first. Trelshon with a 1-for-2 trip, so she's up to her average 16 a game. Drive and skip from Gilbert, 3 on the way in the corner, and knocks it down is Emma Mullings. Saw her knock down a triple in the first half. Does so again here in quarter number 3. She's up to 6, and Gilbert traps Siebold in the backcourt. Jump ball arrow favors the Pioneers, but full court pressure causing some issues there in the backcourt. Pettis in the ball game. Typically, when the issues have come against the press, it's been when she's on the bench, but out there to handle the ball. Pioneers struggling to inbound, finally get it to Pettis all the way back at the free throw line. Gets it across with 2 seconds to spare in the 10-second backcourt. Smith one-on-one with Gilbert, hesitates, crosses over into the paint, kicks it out to Allison French for 3. Just off the mark, rebound battled for, and eventually knocked out of bounds. Last touch on Evangel. It'll be Pioneer basketball after a 30-second timeout in the Cook Center. We'll be back at MNUsports.com. Pettis has to inbound in the corner and is deflected out of bounds by Kate Gilbert. So now Pioneers inbounding in the worst spot, the dead corner. Not a great angle to the basket or the top of the key. Evangel showing zone or just switching every interchange. Finally gets it to Manthe out top. French inside to Pettis, kicks it right back out. Siebold drives hard right side, and that's going to be another offensive foul, the 4th one on the Pioneers. Evangel has done a nice job coming over and help establishing position. Charge whistled on Siebold. It's her 3rd. As Micah Clayton drew the charge. Clayton, who's had a quiet night, averages 10 and 5, just 2 points here in the ball game. Mullings in the paint, keeps her dribble alive, spin move, and got the flip layup to go. The 5'4" freshman scoring in the lane over the much taller Mackenzie Manthe. Mullings now with 8. Back to a single-digit ball game. Trelshawn Smith uses a screen, crosses over, gets in the paint. French drives the closeout and misses the left-handed layup off the glass. Mullings, a little behind the back, dribble in the paint, kicks it out to Sadie Chisholm. Evangel weaving out on the perimeter. It's Gilbert now out top, getting late in the shot clock, and it's a turnover. Pioneers, nice job defensively, did not allow any penetration on that possession, force another jump ball. So it'll stay with Evangel. Trelshawn Smith uses a screen from Kwamba, and Kwamba fouled hard on the roll to the basket. Gia Moore came over and helped side and laid a hard foul on Kwamba. Moore, a 5'8" junior out of Blue Eye, Missouri. Kwamba drives right by 2 Valor defenders and had an uncontested layup and just threw it off the backboard. Sadie Chisholm with a nice move. The blow-by right to the basket for 2. Cuts this Pioneer lead to 7. Again, this is a potential preview of the first-round matchup of the Heart of America quarterfinals. If things stay as they stand today, it'll be Pioneers the 4 seed hosting Evangel the 5 seed here in a week or so. Pioneers in the bonus for the next couple of minutes here in quarter number 3, and Pettis, the beneficiary, going to head to the line. Connects on free throw attempt number 1. Evangel swings around the perimeter. It's going to be Alexis Roach who fires up a 3 from the corner off the mark, but Jazzy Kirby there to clean it up. Kirby kicks it out to Clayton, whose 15-foot jumper from the elbow looked good all the way and rolls off the rim. Trelshawn Smith gathers and sets things up for the Pioneers. Kwamba out top to Rogers. Her 3 from the right wing goes. Aubrey Rogers, the freshman, hits a big shot right in front of the Pioneer bench. Extends that lead back out to double digits. Rogers had an excellent freshman season, just made big plays and timely moments for the Pioneers off the bench. Pettis pressures the ball out top. Ball swung top of the key to Kirby. Kirby in the paint, and Pioneers this time, not going to be an offensive foul. They're going to call a traveling violation, so a turnover nonetheless. We give credit where it's due for Ariel Sargent, who slid over and helped, and officials could have gone with the travel or the charge, chose travel, but good help defense by Sargent. Here comes a double team right near midcourt. In fact, 3 Evangel defenders within 5 feet of Vienna Pettis, and there's a turnover. So Pettis was able to get rid of it, got it to Trelshawn Smith, but Smith couldn't keep that pivot foot down. Or so says the far side official. Coach Lewis, I think, disagrees. Pettis now switched on to Roach. Roach swings to A-Cord, enters the post, and Kwamba pokes it away. Great hands from Vonda Kwamba. A-Cord was putting it on the floor in the post, or excuse me, Clayton, and Vonda Kwamba poked it away from behind, forces the jump ball, and it'll be Pioneer basketball. The full court press again, 2 on the ball, all the way 94 feet. Pettis says, clear out, I got this, I'll just go do it myself. Has to pick her dribble up, but finds Kwamba at the volleyball line in the front court. They go back to Kwamba in the post, drop step, and her short 5-footer off the mark on the left side. So shot clock is off here in the third quarter, and that's another travel. The time it was Lexi Berry. Got her feet tangled up, one too many steps. Allison French checks into the ball game for the final possession of the third. And Evangel going to change defenses, drop back into that half-court trap look. It's Berry and Mullings that are going to come set this trap in the backcourt, and Pettis handles, skip pass. Evangel scrambling defensively. Pettis with the crossover. Mullins able to keep her footing, but just barely. Rogers hits another 3 right in front of the Pioneer bench. Aubrey Rogers, back-to-back threes here to end quarter number 3. She's got 6. Pioneers take a 14-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back 1 minute. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Fourth quarter underway. It's Evangel basketball, and they go right inside to Micah Clayton. Her jump hook just short. Pettis the rebound, and she pushes herself. Pettis takes on all 5 Valor defenders, gets all the way to the bucket, and is fouled. Vienna Pettis got the rebound with her head under the rim and got rim to rim in about 4 seconds and is fouled and going to go to the line for 2. Just so good in transition. And Pettis knocks down the first. Pushes that Pioneer lead out to 15. Again, Evangel won the first contest between these two teams out in Springfield. Vienna Pettis was not playing at the time. So, a big addition. Pioneer's certainly a different club today than they were back in November or early December. Mullings, skip pass to the corner. That's Roach who had the ball deflected out of her hands from behind by Rogers. Rogers having a great second half. Doing it on both ends of the floor now. Ball swung to French. Allison French surveys. Back to Rogers. Thought about another three. Instead goes shot fake and drives. That's going to be the fourth foul on Peyton Acord.
That's her fourth personal, second team foul.
And 2 team fouls for Evangel now already here in the fourth quarter. Not even a minute in. Pettis out top to Sargent. Ball moving right to left. Right back to Ariel Sargent on the cut. Great cut from Sargent. Good pass from Allison French. And Sargent now has 9. Well executed little 5-out set from the Pioneers that time. Short corner jumper pull up off the mark. Doesn't draw iron. Pettis pushes the pace. This time Gonzalez refuses the screen on the left side, gets to the basket and the hoop and the harm. Nice play by Gonzalez. Realized there was nobody on that baseline side. Refused the screen, drove baseline, and she's going to go to the line for the and-1. Jordan now in double figures with 10. The nice inside hand finish there on the replay. And we've seen already in tonight's ball game an 18-point lead disappear into 5. Pioneers now with the biggest lead of the game at 20. Against a scrappy and full court pressing team, certainly not over. Sargent swings to Rogers. Rogers goes right back into Sargent in the post. Kicks it out. Pettis, ball keeps moving, finds Gonzalez, and as the shot clock expires, Jordan Gonzalez, the bank stays open late on Thursday night. Gets it to go off the glass from the wing. So Gonzalez with the and-1 layup and then a banked-in 3 at the buzzer on 1 possession. Now she's going to pick up an assist, a would-be assist, as Allison French going to go to the line for 2. Great play by Gonzalez. A couple of times tonight we've seen her with her eyes up find the rim-running Pioneer in transition. Fouls on Alexis Roach, her third, 4th team foul on the Valor. Just 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, and Pioneers will be in the bonus the rest of the way. It's good news for Lady Pioneer basketball fans. It's bad news for the start time of the men's game. As French knocks down the free throw, she's got 1 more, make it 2 for 2. 65-40 your score. As Pioneers extending that lead, it is starting to slip away for Evangel. It's another steal. This time Pettis jumps the passing lane. Brianna Pettis doesn't shoot the basketball a lot, but makes such an impact on the game, both defensively and getting others involved in transition. That time she does shoot it to no avail. Jordan Gonzalez jumps the passing lane, and she was fouled, went down hard. I think she may have smacked her head on the floor. Pettis helping her up. I think she's okay. But took some contact up top and then took some contact down low on the way down. So Gonzalez, tough, shakes it off, walks to the line. Jordan off the mark on the free throw attempt. Gets the second to go. Gonzalez now with 14.
Fouls number 30, Ariel Sargent. That's her
Valor inbounds, gets it to Moore on the corner. Moore out top to Sophie Sparks. Sparks to a cutting Kate Gilbert and a strong take. Great cut by Gilbert and a good find by Sparks. Gilbert went up strong, the freshman, with her first field goal. She now has 3 points in the ball game, but first field goal. And the extra and 1 free throw off the mark, too strong. Here come the Pioneers. Siebold, long skip pass to Gonzalez in the corner. She drives hard in the corner, returns it to Siebold. Now Trelshawn Smith with the pull-up jumper, knocks it down. Trelshawn with 18 leads all scorers. So comfortable in that mid-range pull-up jump shot. Grabs the rebound and pushes in transition. She's going to be whistled for a double dribble. I think that's the wrong call. Trelshawn's arguing her case. She pushed the ball out in front of her and then changed hands. It looked unorthodox. I don't believe it was illegal, but nonetheless, when something looks funny, referees have a tendency to blow the whistle. .6:45 to go in the ball game. Weave action out top to Gilbert. Back to Gilbert on the flip. Gets a step-up screen from Big Gia Moore, and Gilbert right back to the rim, gets another layup to go. So a couple of strong takes inside by Kate Gilbert. Sargent, great extra pass. Finds Gonzalez in the corner, 3 off the mark. Rebound for Moore. And Sophie Sparks comes to the rescue. One dribble pull-up jumper knocked down by Lila Watson, her first field goal of the game. It's a nice looking pull-up jumper from the right side. Fakes the give and go this time, swings it to Allison French, pick and pop for Sargent, nothing doing. Swings it back to French, he'll take a 3 and back rim. Moore another rebound. Pioneers do a nice job icing screens there in the corner, but nobody picked up the roller that time. Alexis Cawthon gets the deuce to go off the pick and roll. And the Pioneers just threw the basketball to Deanna Pettis, who was standing at the scorer's table. To be fair, she was wide open, but she was also out of bounds on the sideline as she hadn't checked into the ball game yet. So a turnover for the Pioneers, trying to get it to Deanna Pettis. Gets tangled up with the official on her way into the ball game. So Pioneers still with a 20-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Pettis back in at the point guard for Mid-America Nazarene. I believe it's the first action we've seen today from Amaya Bonds, a 5'11 freshman, another Arkansas native for Evangel. Rebound battled for inside, eventually come away with by Cawthon, who's put back attempt no good, and finally last touch by the Valor. It'll be Pioneer basketball. Pettis breaks the press one-on-one, gets all the way to the top of the key. Swings to Rachel Siebold, who drives in, drops one off for Pettis. Pettis kicks it out for Rogers. Her 3 from the top buries it. Aubrey Rogers has knocked down 3 triples, all of them here in the second half. Been very impressed with the play of the Olathe East graduate. 3 on the way from Kate Gilbert, up and good in response. They score right back to 20. And officials have blown the whistle, stop play, and are asking the head coach from Evangel to move back closer to the coach's box. Apparently he was too far out on the floor. and he's going to take a 30-second timeout, talk things over. So we'll take a quick break here in the Cook Center. We'll be right back at MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. And Trellshawn Smith inbounds it to Pettis. Full court press still on. Here comes the trap. Pettis breaks it. Gets across the volleyball line. Such a nice job changing speeds. That slow up, speed up, hesitation dribble. Got an open look for Trellshawn Smith from the left wing and just rattles out. Chisholm into the paint. Had it stripped. Pettis came away with it, as she so often does. A one-man fast break. Skips it out to Siebold. Now Smith gets a ball screen into the paint. Spin move. Ball rattles out. Smith looking for another 20-point performance. She's sitting at 18 as it stands. Clock now ticking down to 3.5 to go. And there is another steal on that empty side pick and roll, trying to feed it inside. Seen that over and over tonight. Be interested to see the adjustments these two teams make should they meet again in the quarterfinals. Upcoming. Rogers off the set play, gets the handoff and knocks down another one. Aubrey Rogers, have yourself a second half. She's got 12 points. All 4 of her triples have come here in half number 2. A big performance from the freshman. 3 on the way from Watson off the mark. Tracked down by Connor Patton. Patton takes a pull-up jumper and gets it to go. Patton's first 2 of the ball game. 2:30 to go. Pettis content to run some clock now, get into the offense. They get it to Trellshawn Smith off that zoom action. Pin down, dribble handoff. And right to the rim, the blow by. Trellshawn has 20. Such a difficult player to guard one-on-one. Trellshawn got a switch off the handoff and took advantage right to the rim. And Aubrey Rogers has set her new career high, his young career, freshman, but season high, career high as a college player. Previous high point total was 8, and she is in double figures with 12, so congrats to Rogers. Sadie Chisholm applying the full court ball pressure as the clock ticks under 2 minutes to go. Freshman Michelle Schneller into the ball game now, hands it off to Madison Haney, along with Natasha Bozic, who's checked in for the Pioneers, as Bianna Pettis gets to the rim and gets the left-handed layup to go and 1. So Pettis now with 8. Couple of Pioneers flirting with double figures. And Pettis couldn't get the free throw to go, so Barbara McClin was waiting to check in at the scorer's table. We'll have to wait a bit longer. Schneller drives from the top of the key all the way to the bucket, was fouled. Officials passed on it. Got her on the wrist. It was no basketball. Pass deflected out of bounds by Madison Haney, so Barbara McClin does check in for Bianna Pettis. Rogers, hounding Connor Patton out top. Just about got a steal, got a piece of the ball, but Patton kept possession. Watson's 3 off the mark, and I believe that's going to be Madison Haney that heads to the line for 2 free throws as she was fouled on the loose ball. Foul was on Alexis Caffon, just her first.
Madison Haney at the line, shooting 2.
Haney now in the scoring column, gets the free throw to drop. A 1-for-2 trip. 79-53 lead, just a minute to go in the game. And a whistle inside is going to send Amaya Bonds to the line, and it's foul going to be on Michelle Schneller.
That's her first 13th foul.
Free throw up and good for Bonds, her first point of the ballgame.
Set the line, one more shot. One minute in the ballgame.
Natasha Bozic gets a screen out top, flips it out to Rogers. Rogers gets into the paint, and she's going to add to that career high, make it 14. She's been so effective from downtown. That time utilized the shot fake and gets all the way to the cup off the bounce. Showing the full package, Aubrey Rogers. Connor Patton knocks down a triple, and then there's a whistle after the 3 goes down from Patton. I'm not sure what the officials stopped play for. Appear either team called a timeout, just an official's timeout, but play resumes. 81-58, under a minute to go. Bozic handles against the full court press. Evangel has stayed in that all night. McClin to Schneller. Schneller had it poked away by Mullings. Mullings had a nice game, freshman, off the bench. Patton inside, the entry pass was kicked, so it'll stay Evangel basketball. Patton gets the inbound. Shot fake, pull up jumper off the mark, and should do it. Madison Haney grabs the rebound and brings it across with some pace, but Pioneer's shot clock is off. No need to attack, although Evangel's still pressuring the basketball, so if that's the case, you just keep playing. Rogers just handles it out top, and that's going to be your final score. So Pioneers win it 81-58. And they'll be back for the final home game of the season here Saturday against Graceland University. So Pioneers winners, one more home game here in the regular season. Thanks for being with us, and good night, everybody.